Respected dear family members, my pranams to you. For the last 2 days we were discussing about the mythology and science. We all should remember that, as I told earlier, just like any other languages world over, just like any other culture and civilization world over, just like any other society or nation in the world, the literature can be classified into 3: mythological literature, semi-mythological literature, and non-mythological literature. In India, the mythological literature like puranas, idihasas and Vedas, if we start declaring and propagating that all the explanations given in the puranas, they are all scientific and technological, then we are doing a wrong thing by informing the world that Indian scientific and technological heritage are fully present in these mythological books. Instead, if we are trying to project the pure scientific and technological book which existed in India and are existing in ancient India from time immemorial, the true picture will be available for the common man. Say for example, in Bhagavata Purana, if we start justifying that Kardama Maharshi had an excellent aeroplane having all the decorations with the jewels and automatic engines, then we are submitting a wrong impression into the mind of the pupil, even in the mind of the common people, that there existed an aeroplane for which absolutely no proof is available. Mythology is mythology, where stories can be told which cannot be converted and which should not be converted into history. And Kardama Maharshi might have done that or might not have done that one, for which if we do not have any proof, then the pupil's mind will be created with an impression that all the signs, whatever we have got, they are present in the mythology. And Puranas have got an ultimate aim or goal, that is to convey the messages to the common people through the Purana Vidagdas, that how to live and what are the values to be maintained in our life, and the stories of the people who maintained the values in their life and the stories of the people who did not maintain the values in their life. These two are depicted in our Puranas, and for which these stories convey very many items. But if we start justifying that, then that will be taken as the science by one group of people, but the real thinkers and intellectuals and the real scientists, they will object in justifying such type of explanations. Say for example, in Bhagavata we have got Prudu Chakravarti, Emperor Prudu. It is said that he ruled the whole earth. That is why the name of the earth became Prithvi. And it is mentioned in Bhagavata that Prudu Chakravarti could rotate the earth. He could do the pradakshina of the earth in a chariot which moves at the speed of the sun. In short, if we are interpreting that story, what will happen? Earth rotates around the sun at a speed of 1640 kilometers. And if we have got a plane, or if we have got a car, or if we have got a vehicle which can move forward at a speed of 1640 kilometers per hour, and if that vehicle starts from Bombay at 10 AM, when that vehicle reaches in Amsterdam, there also it will be 10 AM. If that vehicle reaches in New York, in that speed, there also it will be 10 AM. When that vehicle reaches Chicago or Vancouver or on the other side of the earth, the Tokyo or Seoul or Singapore, there also it will be 10 o'clock. So it is said that Pradhu could see the same sun everywhere on the earth when he moved at the speed of the sun. Concept-wise it is correct. There is nothing wrong in that. But instead of projecting the concept, instead of telling that it is a story, instead of telling that through that story such a message is given, what we want to justify, there existed a chariot which can move 1640 kilometers. That the whole thing crumbles down, smashes out. Remember that such a chariot cannot be made. Remember that such a car cannot be made. Remember that such a flight, such a plane cannot be made during then. Now I do not know, sometimes it may be possible. But during then it was impossible. There is no proof at all. But instead of our arguing and beating around the bush on that particular chariot, our ultimate aim is to convey the message that if somebody is moving at the speed of the sun or rotation speed of the earth, he can see the same time, same sun everywhere. Such a conceptual scientific knowledge existed in India. Tell that much only. And similarly, Narasimhamurti came from the pillar. And there the story conveys a message that Hiranyakashipu was just like Osama bin Laden. Hiranyakashipu was just like Gaddafi of Libya. Hiranyakashipu was just like Saddam Hussein. How these three people were killed, exactly like that through a stories in Bhagavata, the death or the murder, I use a word, the murder of Hiranyakashipu was done by Narasimhamurti, an unnatural animal or human being. This is the message carried. Nobody can save himself against the nature's rule. Everyone has got death in the world. Whatever may be your power, whatever may be your intellectual capacity, whatever may be your position of the seat or anything, you will have to face the death. If you do bad, accordingly you will be getting the bad result and reward. And instead of focusing on that value-based knowledge, suppose I start explaining there existed during then the cement and iron road and also the concrete making technology. That is why in Hiranyakashipu's palace there were pillars. And you will fail definitely when somebody else will be telling how Narasimhamurti can hide in the pillar, concrete pillar. So there they answer that it is only story. It is not a history. And like that, whether you take the story of Mahabali or you take the story of Gandhari's 100 children, there also we need not justify them as the test tube babies. If we start justifying that they are test tube babies, hell of the problem will be coming. When the true scientific and technological books get camouflaged and covered. Instead, what we have to understand from Gandhari and Kundi, a widow Gandhari had 3 children. Her co-wife, Pandu's co-wife Madri had 2 children. The 5 children, in spite of the fact that father was not there, Kundi could nurture through a valuable life. Whereas the powerful queen Gandhari and powerful king Dhritarashtra could not nurture, could not do anything for bringing up their 100 children in the dharmic way. So it is not the number which counts. The more the number, it may not be strength. Less the number, it may not be weakness. So the messages are to be taken as far as Kauravas and Pandavas are concerned. Instead of that, we take 2 or 3 lines from Mahabharata and start justifying the birth of Dronacharya or Kauravas as the history or the scientific history. Our Prime Minister Narendra Modi has also mentioned that in one of the seminars in Bombay, in which he has mentioned the concept of Ganapati. You should remember. But you just think, if the same line is uttered by a surgeon, a physician or a doctor, it is a criminal mistake. Whereas Narendra Modi or a politician or reasonably non-educated people can tell something, it need not be taken seriously as the words of a scientist. You just see the head of the elephant, the diameter, and the neck diameter of a human being, do you think they can be fixed? The diameter of the horse head, as in Hayagriva, and the diameter of the human neck, they are different. It cannot be embedded. So the stories, if we start justifying here, lot of problem will be coming and the true fact will get hidden. So we need not justify the mythological science, particularly the scientists should never justify it. Even on a conceptual side also they should not justify it. And remember that in the Indian National Science Congress, I think a person presented the Vimana and the science of technology of the aeroplane who is not an expert in that subject. He should not have presented such a paper in National Science Congress where his expertise is different. Such a paper even should not have been allowed in that seminar. The scholars should have been screened it out. And another wrong thing happened is that two people asked the question in that seminar in which the chairman of the session and the rapporteur of the session did not allow them to ask question. India is not a country which prevents questioning. Vimarshyeta dasheshena yajachasi dadhakuju. Lord Krishna told Arjuna, you critically and all-round critical analysis should be done before taking my words as I uttered through the Bhagavad Gita. Even Lord Krishna told you critically analyze, then only take it. Ashikshayai prashninam, upashikshayai upaprashninam. You go on asking questions. You go on asking small question for getting the small answers. You ask big question for getting the big answers. And you should kim svetvanam kausa praksha asid kadametsit kadasid shiksha sagitya habishishwadhava swayam yajaswa dhanvam mridhana vishwadashtakshurudha vishwado omgho vishwado bahurudha vishwadaspada tam bahubhyam namadi sambadatraihi dhyava pradhivi janayan devayekaha. This is the Rigvedic message. The message tells, you should ask why that tree was formed there. You should ask the question how the tree was evolved from there. You should ask the question from among the trees how the forest could get created. How the forest evolved there. You should also ask question before the forest was formed there, what existed there. After many centuries, what will happen to the forest? This you should ask and discuss with your colleagues. Shiksha Sagibhya Habisheshwadhava. Then you should find out the answer and get yourself enlightened with the answer. Vishwadashchakshu, use your eyes for inquiring the answer. Vishwado Mukho, use your brain for searching the answer. Vishwado Bahu, use your hands for analyzing. Vishwadaspa, use your legs to reach the other corner of the lies, other corner of the earth and find out the truth. And you will get the answer. Nobody has told blindly follow the Guru. So, Sakshat Anubhavayar Drishto, you should follow the path of your experience. Experiential knowledge should be taken. Sakshat Anubhavayar Drishto, Na Shruto, Na Guru Darshita. Never say somebody said like this. Never say my Guru said like this. That is why I am following. Then, Na Shruto, Na Guru Darshita. Lokanam upakaraya etat sarvam pradarchitam. For the benefit of the people, all these things are all submitted and never justify non-scientific matters as scientific matters. Never justify the scientific matters if it does not have proof. Never show a book by saying that everything is available in the book. It may be available in the book, but without proof people may not be believing that. So remember that Vijnana Vairagya Vivakshaya Vibho Vacho Vibhutirnatu Paramartyam. To Parikshit, Sri Shuka Brahmarshi said, all the stories given in Bhagavata, they are all only stories. Vacho Vibhutirnatu Paramartyam. Don't think that they are histories. The ultimate aim of writing these stories, mythological books, are Vijnana Vairagya Vivakshaya Vibho. Scientific temper should be created. Non-bonded mental attitude should be created. Non-bonded mental attitude should be created. That is the ultimate aim of these Puranic stories. But unfortunately, in the name of patriotism, in the name of nationalism, we start justifying the mythological book, and through that way we are ignoring and we are covering and we are creating a wall between the people and true scientific and technological knowledge. We have got thousands and thousands of mathematical books. I use the word thousands and thousands because I have got the document with me. Thousands of books of astronomy. All the books are printed, available in Sanskrit, English or Hindi translation. Chemistry books are available, mathematics books are available, metallurgical books are available. You just see the treasure available in Padmanabha Swami temple in Trivandrum. How those jewels are made, how those jewels are purified and embedded in the ornament. Thousands of years of heritage can be told by these measurements. Gold purification, silver purification, brass production, bronze production, copper purification, zinc purification, tin purification. Without knowing the technology of zinc and tin, copper and other metals, how can brass be prepared? Very pure brass. How can bronze be prepared? Very pure bronze. How can Delhi iron pillar iron could be prepared 2050 years ago? So knowledge existed, proof is also existed. Existing also. Unfortunately, without projecting that, we project Bhagavata, Puranas, Ramayana, Pushpaka Vimana and Chariot, and we, who are the supporters of the Indian scientific heritage, create the problem of barring the real people to understand the real science of Indian history. So let us go that way, and this will be continuing. My class will be continuing after a few days in the same subject. So bring to the light the true scientific and technological books which are available in India in Sanskrit and with English and Hindi translation. They are available. Indian Journal of History of Science and Indian National Science Academy, Bahadur Shah Saparmarg, New Delhi too. All these informations are available. Unfortunately, we close our eyes and say it is night today. So this is the problem. So go to the Satyam, Dharmam, Niti, Nyaya, Satyena Banda, Vidato Devayana. Follow the path of truth. Whether somebody approves or somebody rejects, it's not our business. But tell only the truth and fact. Thank you very much. My pranams to you.